Hurt my groin on Thursday night at training, just in the last drill of the night, just jagged my groin a little bit, and I'll miss a week.
The Kangaroos have been under a lot of pressure during the week. What has Mark made of that? Because that could bring the best out in them.
Yeah, look, they'll be pumped up for sure. They need to win this game to stay in the finals race, and so do we, so it'll be a huge game for both sides. But Bomber hasn't really said too much about the game. He just knows it's a big game for both sides. Looking at
the finals race, but even just a top 4 spot, today's a must-win game for that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. We need to win sort of 13 games, hopefully, to finish in the top 4, maybe even 14. So over the last 5 games, we have to win at least 2 or 3, and today would be a big game for us for sure.
Great. Thanks, Aaron, for joining us. Michael.
Well, Steve, what do you see as the main matchups today? Where's the game going to be won and lost?
Well, I think the game will be won in the middle, but just looking at the forward lines for both sides, Scarlett should pick up Rocker, which he is, and Mick Martin on Kingsley.
And Pickett going down to the goal square to play alongside Rocker for the Roos. Just so important, those 2 players are a part of it. Drew Petrie just outside 50, centre half forward. Digby Morell alongside he, and you have David King across half forward for the Roos.
Archer has gone to Kent Kingsley. Michael Martin has gone to Cameron Mooney.
And a special treat this afternoon, the field umpire's wearing red socks for the first time. We're almost underway. Geelong versus the Kangaroos, a crucial game for both clubs. King and Burton, neither ruckman touch it. Burton, Raleigh, good tackle by King. Burton a chance. Can he bend over Big Spider? He can. Teague. Robbins. Well played. Raleigh came to meet it and ties it up. Or does he? Play on's the call. Umpire well played by Sinclair. Little kick out of the pack. Ling, chance at ground level. Foster scrambles a kick out wide. It's all the Kangaroos. They can share it around. Morell has it. Uses Sinclair. Well, his handball was poor. Gives the Cats a chance. Can they make something of it? Ling, the king of Geelong, spirals it towards half-forward. Martin going, oh, good mark, Martin.
Great mark. So Cochrane will run. Trouble, he's gone. He is gone, Cochrane. No talk, Ronnie Burns has to finish. Keeps it low, smothered in the end, kicked it actually into Archer. Martin goes back there, and guess what? Goes through for a minor score.
Well, there's no way advantage should have been paid in that situation. Within 50.
Standing shot, yeah.
Kingsley probably should have just gone back to have a kick, though. He was within the 50-metre zone. He could kick the distance and really should have just gone back and settled and put that one through.
So Makepeace, shepherded by Martin. The Roos do need a little bit of run. Having lost Harvey doesn't help. Rawlings to King off half-back. They're in trouble. Riley through the traffic. No, says Glenn Archer. Off half-back to Burton. And chance for the Roos to go into attack at the moment. Pretty tight. Not a lot of space for players. Burton in half-forward. Pickett on his own or mark.
Milburn picking Pickett up.
So they have Petrie further up the ground. That's where Pickett heads. Front position. Well done. Graham nearly into his back. No free. Milburn is there. It is. Something's going on here. The Cats through Harley, and Johnson will take it true wing.
Kick still half-forward. Riccardi in the action for the first time. Squares it up. Chapman providing an option at half-forward. Confronted by Colbert. Well played, Colbert. Teague. Now Cochrane stands and delivers from half-back. Corey in front. Oh, couldn't complete the mark. Robbins will get a free kick, Corey.
Yep.
Help without it. So the Cats have done all the early attacking here. With overcast day, but fine conditions.
With the Roos being so predictable, Bomber Thompson could, if he wanted to, play a loose man defence. Certainly a player that could use the ball.
Robbins, the king of the Kangaroos. He's away. He has a bounce. Loose player inside attacking 50. Grant. Oh, going back with the flight. Petrie. Loose player in the goal square. It's Rocker. He bangs it through. First blood to the Kangaroos. So the Kangaroos draw first blood through the agency of Severio Rocker, and a good piece of players. Ben Graham comes from the ground. Wojcinski on for Geelong.
Fairly fortunate there. The kick failed to hit its mark. Scarlett actually left Rocket to assist his players upfield. This kick here should have really hit the mark to Grant, but Scarlett really should have gathered the ball. Rocket took the advantage and kicked the Roos' first goal.
First blood to the Roos. Sav Rocker, certainly for the Roos to have any chance. Rocker will have to be up around the 6 or 7 goals this afternoon. Enright through the traffic does well to hang on to it and then bomb it into half forward. Colbert out in front. Johnson quick hands out. Raleigh will run onto it. Confronted by a couple of rude players, as you'd expect. And we will get a ball up half forward. Cats into attack about 55 from goal.
Let's go down to the boundary line. Christy Malthouse on injured cat Ben Graham.
Yeah, he came off. He actually didn't look like he had anything wrong with him, but he ran straight up the race and he still hasn't returned. So I'll have to try and find out for you exactly what is wrong.
Cameron Ling has gone to Adam Simpson.
So King stands his ground. Burton got his hand to it. Joel Corey, Colbert down to Stevens. Anthony Stevens into the air, into that corridor. The chase is on. Enright does well to use the body, then flicks it back. Makepeace there for the Roos. Hands back, concedes to Stevens. Smothered in the end. A lot of pressure out there. Dummies and then kicking around the corner. Simpson, Robbins. The Roos into attack again. Savrock a push. Jumping in and knocking it away was Milburn, as he has done for most of the year. Wojcinski keeps it in beautifully. No, he doesn't. It's coming back. And then collected by Shannon Grant, it might have been. It was.
You mentioned Darren Milburn there, Dakes. He did well just to get off his opponent in Pickett to assist and get the spoil away from Rocker there.
Well, just so important. I suppose it's about getting numbers to the ball. Burton works his way to the front. Grant out of the traffic was good. Rocker should have held on to it. Ground level. Clark, Makepeace, a long way from home. Normally a back pocket. King through the traffic. Enright over the top. Wojcinski just behind wing. Again, shocking kick. Ling missed it in the end. So the Cats just not taking clean possessions. It will be so important this afternoon. And on that outer side, we get a ball up.
Conditions pretty good for football. It is overcast, but clear. Big crowd in here at Skilled Stadium.
Wojcinski is going with Shannon Grant. Just so important. If Wojcinski's able to take Shannon Grant out of, put him out of business, it'll set the Cats up.
Enright scrambles it forward close to the line. Bounces over, so a boundary throw-in right half forward for the Cats.
An interesting ploy by the Cats. They've put Riccardi to the goal square and Stuart Cochrane has picked him up.
Gary Ablett on the interchange bench, coming in, getting a second chance with the withdrawal of Aaron Lord. Burton and King, they both get it down. Ling takes it for the Cats, kick smothered well by Simpson. Robbins, who's been a real find for the Kangaroos in season 2002 at the base of that pack.
Just need a little bit of run at the moment from both teams. Certainly David King, limited touches at the moment. The other player is Peter Riccardi for the Cats.
What a duel this will be over the course of the afternoon. King and Burton. King favoured by Sinclair towards the wing. Almost a clever mark taken by King of the Kangaroos. Scholl backs himself into the pack, almost threw it out. Teague wobbles it towards centre half forward. Pickett couldn't hold on. Be disappointed with that. Well played by Milburn. The base of the pack. Can he get it out? He's held it a long time, Milburn.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, he was perhaps a little lucky. Bounce 55 metres from the Kangaroo goal.
He was probably best served then, Sauce Milburn, just going straight off the ground, getting it out of the danger area and possibly going towards the boundary. Here it is. Had the opportunity, actually kicked it to himself.
Burton and King again. Burton decisively into the path of Simpson. Then he just a little fumble. Has a chance from 30 metres around the body to the top of the goal square. Rocker. Oh, he got the hands to it. Play on's the call. Scarlett. Fierce handball. Scholl controlled it. Now Harley gets to Raleigh at half-back. The Cats running. King. Kingsley. Kingsley and Archer. That'll be a jaw. Shocking kick by Kingsley. Didn't give his forwards much of a chance. Colbert. The obligatory booze. Cochrane. Back to Archer, who marks between centre and wing.
So Archer on the left will stay there. No, he's gone. Threw it up in the end. Advantage now. No. Out of side. David Clark on the opposite side, half-forward line. Raleigh misses him, decides to go in long. Cameron Mooney from behind. Past and into that pocket. So the Cats still, have managed it behind. The Roos have that solitary goal.
A couple of great tackles by the Cats. The first one was Kent Kingsley. The second one was done by their big ruckman in King.
Opportunity for the Cats, unguarded goal square. Stephen King with the front position, all important. Look out, Ronnie Burns runs to the front. Can he keep it in? Slides back. Teague mopping up Sinclair. Right foot not directing it, straight into the air. Robbins should mark and does.
We've got space, the Cats.
Still defensive 50. Archer runs out wide. Sinclair forward. He will get it. And here we go, Roos just over wing. Martin will shepherd just behind Sinclair. So watching his back, 4 bounces it is, 3 bounces it was. To the square, over the head. Well done, Scarlett. Good use of the body and will knock it through, minor score. At the moment, good signs from the Roos. Cats really battling at the moment. No wind advantage out there, and we have the Roos on 7 points, the Cats on that solitary point.
Big job for Scarlett today on Rocker. Kangaroos giving Rocker plenty of room.
Scarlett in the back pocket. Enright still well inside defensive 50. Corey the target on the wing. Good body against Stevens. Stevens was able to hold his ground. Well played, Scholl. Raleigh, who's been prominent early. Thumping kick to half forward. Contest. Oricardi at the back. Chance for Johnson at the back of the pack. He'll run into an open goal, Johnson, and kick the catch first. So Geelong on the board, and scores level here at Skilled Stadium. We've played 10 minutes opening term.
And that goal resulted from a kicking from down the other end. The Cats brought it all the way up. They got it in quickly. Of course, still slippery conditions out there. The ball went over the top and Johnson was there to run on it and kick the first goal for the Cats.
So it's taken 10 minutes, but Geelong are on the board with their first goal. Scores tied up, and not a bad game plan if that's what it is. Play players further up the ground and elect to go over their head. That's Geelong I'm talking about. They'll back themselves in. Roos into attack. Great mark, Morrell.
Did it well.
Foster was there. And a great luxury these days in football. Under pressure, contested mark inside 50.
And the quick kick out of the middle, Morrell just used his body, got the contact at the right time so he didn't infringe, and great use of his body, and he can be a handful.
So Morrell, with this opportunity at goal, you have Tom Harley back on the mark, about 40 from goal, but he'll have to kick this from right on 50. Shorty's kicking's like Digby Morrell. Certainly played a few games this season. Probably starting to establish himself. They need this one. It is long and it's just to the left. Minor score. It's 1-2-8. The Roos, they lead. The Cats are 1-1-7.
Both these teams just seem to be kicking the ball in very quickly into their forward half, so they're not messing around with the ball.
Dangerous play from Clark, who played on. Now a chance on Makepeace. Kicks to the top of the square. Chance for King. Running and kick a goal. So David King, after a horrible mix-up in the Geelong defensive 50, the short kick went to Clark. He played on. He may have even been called to play on, and they were able to turn it over. And David King kicking the Kangaroos' second goal. Great
pressure by the Kangaroos.
It's a second open goal, Sauce. On 2 occasions, players not getting their body behind the ball and probably over-committing to the football. So the Roos come up with it again. Back in the middle, Anthony Stevens is there. Adam Simpson, 2 of the better players in the competition in close.
Free kick against the Cats. Darren Melbourne.
So Burton has Stevens running behind him. That's where he'll go. Stevens will bang it in long. Rock will come out, not positioned properly. Cats will fly. Loose ball, Petrie, unguarded goal square again. Great tackle in the end. Robbins on Clark. And the Roos will get another bite thanks to Benny Robbins. It's 20 from goal and we have a boundary throw in, Sauce.
A couple of times the ball's gone in very quickly and the defenders, particularly the Cats defenders, have failed to keep the ball in front of them with the spoil.
So King, Rocker front, does well. Legzinski, they work it to the boundary. Enright will move across the line with the help of Shannon Grant. So the Roos get another bite at it and really do the Roos let an opportunity slip. It is inside 50. They lead by 7 at the moment. Rocker will start behind. Oh, well done, a Spider Burton. Around the corner and only a minor score. How's that for a combination? How's that for unpredictability? Rocker doing the ruck work and Burton at ground level.
Super roving by Burton.
He's had a great year at ground level, aside from his ability to supply players by hand. Spider Burton.
Milburn, kick short. Enright. Cats working out of their defence. King the target. All too strong in front of Petrie. Play on's the call. Well, Corey a chance. Wrapped up in the tackle by Petrie. Cats under pressure. King tried a little toe poke. Chapman. Well played, Chapman. He gave it up initially but kept chasing the football. Close to the line. Well, that was innovative. Didn't cover the required distance. Now a chance for the Kangaroos. Petrie, Stevens, outside of the boot is clever. Simpson, Robbins, drives towards full forward. It's all Geelong. Scarlett takes a relieving mark.
Oh,
dangerous kick.
Oh, well done.
Great mark taken though by Wilburn.
Some courage shown there.
Makepeace tried to get that down at Pickett. They have to go longer, Cats.
Uses King, runs into Ajinski, still got plenty of time. Riley has some space at half forward, needs to deliver. Kick towards full forward, Riccardi on the lead. Great kick from Riley.
Well, great redirection from Peter Riccardi. He was actually running to the right-hand forward pocket, and that is the best lesson for any kid, is not to commit yourself to the first run. He was able to jot back and speed one out in the end.
But he was also helped by Riley, who didn't rush his kick. He has the poise just to hold on because he knew that Riccardi was actually going to change his lead.
One of the rare times have been able to work the ball to space and a player with time, the Cats.
29 goals for the season, Riccardi. It's close, but he's missed. Well, he'll be disappointed with that. He kicked 4 goals too last week, but unable to convert there for one that he certainly would have expected to get. So behind only to the Cats, margin 7 points, 15 minutes in first term.
Short to King, thanks to Makepeace. King can go to Archer, centre-half back, decides to go back to Makepeace. Not a bad play to get his hands on the ball. Stevens has it now. Roos into the air too. Good mark overhead. Held his ground. Foster too late, as seen by the umpire call. Martin, a long way from home, is running. On just forward a wing he was. Rawlings will just bang it in long. They need a marking option. King back there does beautifully for the Cats. Oh, at the feet. Skill level just letting themselves down at the moment. Harley shepherded beautifully by Johnson. Harley will bomb it in. No one home. Gave it up in the end. King will mark. The Roos ready to go into attack. Martin, hands off. Archer. Roos into attack. Petrie pushing and shoving. Knocked away beautifully. Foster. Ground level Rawlings. Outside 50. Just inside. Goes at goal and to the left. Rocker one hand.
Oh.
Scarlett will make sure it goes through. Another minor score. So 6 scoring shots to the Roos. And the total is 2-4-16. Cats 1-2-8, and we are 18 minutes first quarter.
The skill level, as you did say, Dace, is letting the Cats down.
Poor kick in. They'll get out of this though. Scholl. Sweeping handball through the legs of Corey. Desperate stuff. Well played.
You play into the hands of the Roos when you overuse the football, because they're always at you like yapping dogs. Anthony Stevens is a leader of the pack. He's a ripper player and continues to lead by example.
King has just come off the ground for the Kangaroos.
Bounce 60 metres from the Kangaroo goal.
Lee Harding has replaced him.
Burton beaten by King, sharp by Simpson, wobbles it towards the top of the square. Scarlett in front. Rocker did well to fist it away. Chance for Harding. He gets around one. Left foot snap, missed the mark. Still a chance. Harding around the body. He kicks their third. So the Kangaroos played extremely well in the early part. Margin out to 14 points. We've played 18 minutes and they look pretty good, Steve.
They are, and you'd have to say that was a fantastic move by Dennis Pagan. Lee Harding had just come on the ground, had replaced David King, has come onto the ground and kicked that goal.
Kept his head well in the end. First chance goes by, kicks a second.
Let's quickly go down to the boundary line, Christy.
Thanks, Michael. David King came very quickly off the ground just then, got on the phone, got his instructions, and he's ready to go back out there.
Thanks, Christy. Out of the middle, Roos. Harley stopped him. Out wide we go. Ling. Rare touch at the moment. They need him firing Mooney or Mark. 60 from goal. 65, let's make it. Loads up and bangs it in long need. Kingsley, Archer loves this and does it beautifully. Kept Kingsley under the ball. I'll tell you what, Ken Kingsley will work for every possession and more importantly every goal this afternoon. Archer just trying to set the Roos up. Colbert over the top to Martin. It's a beautiful start from the Roos and Dennis Pagan's boys. They lead by 14 points at the moment. Mickey Martin just bomb it in long. He has Teague up there. Drew Petrie is also there. Teague couldn't mark it. Ground level. Makepeace through the traffic on that right foot. Just bangs it in long. Corey. Hands off to King. In the end, dropped it. He's wrapped up in the end. Foster. The Cats in the end. Nowhere to go at the moment. Certainly allowed no time by the Roos. Beautiful left foot kick in long. Archer does it well again. Call to play on. Evades one. Takes his time, not phased. Into the middle we go and gives it up. And Corey has it for the Cats.
Corey kicking long. Johnson on the lead, got hands to it. In front, Riley fighting hard. Stevens ripped the ball out of his hands. Colbert, well played, gets it out. Makepeace. Pickett loose at half back for the Kangaroos. Oh, handball intended for Simpson. Didn't give him much of an opportunity, and Ling was there to punch it over the line.
Well, you know the intention of the Kangaroos is to get the ball on quickly and just pump that football into the forward half as quickly as possible down to Severio Rocker.
The Cats have to make the Roos start chasing him at the moment. Just relying on possessions and possessions in traffic. They really have to start taking some chances and getting some runners in and around the ball.
Another boundary throw in, centre wing. Shane Clayton warming up the Kangaroo bench. King gets it down. Big pack of players around the football. No opportunity to get a clear possession. So a bounce right centre wing.
Anthony Stevens, Chris, 6 possessions. Adam Simpson, 6 possessions. So 2 prime movers in amongst it. And Stephen King actually 7 possessions for the Cats.
In the ruck, favoured by the bounce, thumps it towards half forward. Gains about 30 metres. Johnson tries a little backhander intended for Burns. Pickett, well played, although his handball went astray. Well, good pressure, but it'll come back. Free kick to the Kangaroos. Colbert was held. And a free kick at half back.
And he made the umpire be sure that he was seen. He was actually trying to pin one of the arms of Ronnie Burns, so he was out of position. Did well, Lee Colbert, to manufacture a kick into the air. King front position. Petrie will jump. Burton is there, and it's a mark to Petrie. I think he'll come up with it. Showed some form against the Saints going back 3 or 4 weeks ago. Could be a real player, a real bonus if we're able to produce a forward that's able to take or control the ball overhead. Drew Petrie send the Roos back into attack. Bombs it in long. Rocker will come. Burton is in the area. Well done. Foster pushed to the front. Loose ball. Ling gave the ball to Foster. Put his teammate under pressure. He's gone. He has to be gone.
No, there's no prior opportunity there.
Well, he tried to burst. Let's have a look at this one again. Hands off.
What chance did he have
too
there?
high in the end. Should have got a kick out of it.
Should have been a free kick.
That's what I was calling for. The luxury of the replay.
James Kelly on the ground for the Cats. Corey off.
So Burton will just slap it forward. King will run onto it. Has a goal to his name. Petrie over the top to Makepeace. Right foot, normally a left footer for a goal. We have another Roos. Terrific first quarter from the Kangaroos. Troy Makepeace joins the goal kickers. And they're out to a 20-point lead. It's 4-4-28, the Roos. The Cats are 1-2-8. And we are 25 minutes first quarter.
And once again, the Kangaroos have won from another stoppage or another clearance. They're in front 12-3 at the moment. And there's no question the Kangaroos are on top around the ground.
Troy Makepeace, his first goal of the season, 18th game. He's had 6 possessions and doing a good job for the Kangaroos. They're in control. They lead by 20 points. King doing pretty well in the rut for the Cats. Hasn't been getting too much support. Sinclair, Robbins fighting hard. Tackled by 3 Geelong players, going nowhere.
And Spider Burton, I think, out of the middle, the Roos have been very, very good, and that's where the Cats have been very dominant with that man on screen, Stephen King.
4-1, Kangaroos favour, centre square stoppages and bounces.
And when you consider Stevens, Simpson, and Makepeace, all important players for the Roos.
King, another knock, well played, taken by T. Good tackle by Kelly. Causes a turnover. Geelong free kick. He is a very exciting young player, James Kelly. Started on the bench this afternoon, now into the action. Kicks to half forward. Kingsley! Couldn't mark. Teague in front, well played. He stood his ground and has forced the ball up just outside 50 for the Cats.
Sauce, I think you're playing to the Roos' hands when you just bomb it in long, because that's the type of game they want. They are disciplined, they will bring it to ground, and they will get numbers to the ball, either in the air or at ground level.
Oh, I think they need to get it in there quick at the moment, though, Peter. They're struggling to find that forward to kick them a goal.
Another possession for Stevens. Stumps it to half forward. Oh, Porter was held and get a free kick.
Rockers, I think. Rocker? No,
Porter.
Yeah, spot on. Rousseau.
Thank you, Peter. Between wing and half forward, thumping kick inside, attacking 50. Petrie and Rocker at the back, couldn't take the mark at ground level. Makepeace again from 35. Left foot snap is close. He's missed. Behind only, margin out to 21 points, close to quarter time. We're 25.5 minutes in first term.
They look dangerous, the Kangaroos. They are getting the ball in there quickly, but more importantly, their forwards are bringing the ball to the forward of the pack, and they've got the smaller players to crumb the packs.
Continue to fumble at the moment. Clark around the corner. Joel Corey has it and bombs in long and with space. Tom Harley has it. Chance now for the Cats. Little bit of time. Kingsley out in front of Archer. Archer allows it to run. Colbert in support. And boundary throwing inside 50. Just no run for the Cats at the moment.
A little bit of frustration coming out there with Kent Kingsley.
Savrocker, as this throw-in takes place, Savrocker on the opposite side of the ground coming off. Shannon Grant back on for the Roos.
Just a mismatch is going to occur with Sav coming off, Grant coming on, and Scarlett's going to have to pick him up.
So Riley allows Johnson to come in. Too high, no. Boundary throwing 25 from the Geelong goal, and there is a huge space now from this boundary throwing back to the Geelong goal. So hoping to back themselves. If King's able to push this forward and Ronnie Burns or Coe's able to run onto it, they virtually have an open goal. That's where they'll go. Teague will cut it off. Burns too high on David Teague. Roos will come up with it again. At the moment, playing a bit of football naturally. 21-point leaders. Have started very well. Teague out wide. Mooney's down there. Burton is there also at ground level. Knocked off the ball. Well done, Simpson on Kelly. Players throw themselves in. No one able to come out with it, and umpire ends up with it.
Well, this is where the Cats are really going to have to try and improve. Around the clearances now, these stoppages, 13-4 in the Kangaroos' favour.
Rawlings going with David Clark, and that's probably one of the reasons Cats have lost a little bit of run. As the siren goes for quarter time, terrific quarter from the Roos, and it's 4-5-29 Kangaroos. They lead the Cats 1-2-8.
It was a terrific quarter. Both teams, it was a great contest early, both physical, but I think the upper hand went to the Kangaroos. Their desperation, their teamwork for each other was certainly there, and particularly they won the contest around the ball where it needed to be won, and in particular guys like Stevens and also Shannon Grant was exceptional around that area. But for the Cats to get back into this game, they certainly need a little bit more out of their midfielders.
So they did fumble a lot, didn't they?
Their errors were costly.
We'll be back shortly for the second quarter. Quarter time, the Kangaroos by 21.
Cats fans is that Ben Graham has come out of the rooms, but the bad news is that he is on the bench now. What's wrong with him? Well, no one seems to know except for him and the physio. We're really having a hard time trying to find out. No one on the bench knows what's wrong with him.
Keep working, Christy. Second quarter underway here at Skilled Stadium. And the Kangaroos, well, they controlled the first quarter. Can the Cats hit back? King wins another knock. Raleigh, Wojcinski back in the side this afternoon. Kick to half foot, Ablett on the ground. We've got a free kick, no. Ground level he tries. Johnson tries to paddle it to his own advantage, and 60 metres from the Geelong goal is a free kick.
Is it deja vu? Ablett and Martin playing against each other?
I'll tell you what,
he did well.
He did well to hold his ground, Sauce, didn't he, the youngster?
Chapman, 65 from goal. Loose player out wide. Burns let loose inside, attacking 50. Runs to 40. Left foot kick. This is to the near side.
The Cats really do need the running of Clark, Wojcinski, and I'll throw Riccardi into that bracket as well. And Ronnie Burns, aside this year, really has averaged a goal a game, and although does set up certainly his teammates, does need to finish today. Really put himself on the board. King to bring it in, normally does kick to himself. Told to hurry on and just bombs it in long. Marking option, Simpson jumps at ground level. Steve Johnson, this is what they need. Gave it up in the end. Simpson's second bite at it. Raleigh's there for the Cats, and we will get a ball up. So a little bit more urgency from the Cats, putting themselves in. Simpson, fabulous year for the Roos, Adam Simpson. Clark in around the ball. King was there. Kelly, quick kick out, too high. It'll come back, and does give the Roos time now to get back in defence, get numbers back. Kelly. Kingsley provides a lead, and that's where he heads. Archer. Kingsley will wrestle. Archer will bring it to ground. Ablett's there. Also Mick Martin. Martin will see it over the line. There was no way known Mickey Martin was going to keep that one in.
And that is an interesting matchup. Of course, young Gary Ablett Jr. a lot smaller than Michael Martin, but Michael Martin is picking him up.
Interesting open goal square again. A lot of space back towards the Geelong goal. It'll come to Chapman. So Burton doing well. Too high, no. Trying to milk it. It's Paul Chapman, and we have another boundary throw in further, this time away from the Geelong goal and just inside 50.
Cats need a goal or two. Burton wins this one. Simpson couldn't control. Chance for Martin. Dives on top of the football. And free kick. Well, I'd like to look at that again, because like one of his own players was just involved as he was. Sinclair, now it's with Simpson. Harding a chance over his head. Petrie tries to control it. Rawlings fell over. Clark. Ling will need to go here and make a contest, and he does, and he marks. 65 from goal, Cameron Ling.
One of his real strengths is his marking.
Has to go to the top of the square. Players leading into the pocket here. Defeating the purpose, because you're playing into the defenders or the arms or the game plan of the Roo defenders.
Ling, 65 from goal. Pumps it towards the pockets. Johnson, oh, he got hands to it. Couldn't take the mark. Simpson dragged over the line by Ablett. Boundary throwing 20 metres around from the Geelong goal.
I know he didn't mark it on that occasion, but Glenn Archer, how often did you see him get across and support his teammates?
Mark Porter on the Kangaroo interchange bench.
Troy Makepeace is going with Brad Scholl off the wing, so they're just really cutting the legs out at the moment. Dennis Pagan's boys on the Cats.
Burton won the ruck contest. Rawlings was first there, but the boundary line too close. Intriguing duel between Rawlings and Clark. They've been at each other since the outset. Boundary throw-in 45 metres around from Geelong's goal. King in front. Burton reaches over the top. Lucky for him not to give away a free kick. Teague thumps it to the wing. Milburn, Petrie did well. Running back, fist on the ball. Boundary throw-in centre wing. The Kangaroos by 20 points. Played 4 minutes into the second quarter.
It's become a skill in football now, hasn't it? Running back with a fly to the ball, not making contact with a player that is facing the football. Here it is again.
Very well done.
Did beautifully.
And a great clearing kick by Teague also.
Ball will come in. King is in front. He'll get a free. Big Spider was reaching over the top. No, it was Ling for shepherding, so Ling and the Cats will go short. Chapman has it long way from home again. Ronnie Burns giving a lead long way from home. Cats at the moment stopped to a walk. Lost Benny Graham early in the game. Stephen King will take it, tries to draw a play, decides to kick. The ball was smothered. Milburn will take it through the traffic, hands off to Raleigh. Cats indirect again, out wide Kingsley, he's got it. So came a long way, and at the moment it's a long way from home. Need a tall marking option. I'm not sure whether the distance may be just out of his reach. I need a tall going down there. Stephen King is that man, although dragging back Spider Burton as well. And King Kingsley with the opportunity. Their sole goal scorer at the moment for the Cats is Steve Johnson, and that was an open goal. So they've worked pretty hard with no return at the moment. Ken Kingsley, and that was wayward. In the end, missing by a fair way and just scraping in for a minor score.
Well, only his second touch for the game. The course playing on Glenn Archer, one of the great backmans of the AFL.
Margin 19 points. Geelong have done all the attacking in this second quarter. Dake said they haven't been able to capitalise on the scoreboard. Sinclair, thumping kick, big pack. Oh, Petrie up high. Burton claims it, not paid. Cochran just scrambles it hard forward. Harding playing in front of Wojcinski from the logo. Kick to half forward. Rocker at the back tee. Oh, little fumble. Gives Chapman a chance. Now a chance for Grant. Pushed in the back, but he kicks a goal anyway. Shannon Grant back in the side tonight, back in the side this afternoon, I should say. The Kangaroos have 5, and all of a sudden the margin out to 25 points.
And once again, another ball going over the back of the pack, and another player running onto it to score another goal. Great courage by Teague there. He did have his eyes on the ball, but ever the opportunist, Grant kicking his first goal of the game.
So simple game plan at the moment, paying off for the Roos. They lead by 25 points, and the Cats, after a quarter and 10 minutes into this second, have only managed a goal. Rawlings out of the middle. They've controlled that part of this game. On that left foot, boundary will win out, and that's where we head. So boundary thrown between wing and half forward. Member side of the ground here at Skilled Stadium. Dennis Pagan will be quite happy, I'd imagine. Still a lot of football to play, though.
And a big test for the Cats because they're down early. And as we look at Ben Graham walking along the boundary line.
And that's why, if I were Bomber Thompson, I would play the loose man defence, because the Roos will go long. It'll give us an opportunity to try and run the ball, start running the ball by having a loose man back there. So half forward. Oh, Teague did beautifully.
Well, the second time he's shown courage in a matter of minutes.
Very similar to Glenn Archer in the way he goes about his football. Eyes on the ball, timing spot on. And David Teague comes up with it. Kicks it in long. Morrell will jump, got his hand to it. King left it behind. Petrie slaps it out, threw it out actually, says the umpire. Cats have to move it quickly now. With players readjusting, Chapman will take it over the top to Ling. He will kick Makepeace, didn't commit himself, and they go in long. Kingsley from behind's a chance. Martin dropped it in the end. Ablett has it. Hands off in the end. Geelong through the traffic will have to be good. Ablett has it underneath him, and the Roos making sure this ball going nowhere. The skill level for the Cats really letting them down at the moment. Gary Ablett on screen, junior that is. Started the game on the bench, and at the moment a lot of their forwards are down. No run, and skill level just poor. Interesting to see if they can readjust and get themselves going. Scholl has had a fairly quiet afternoon. Makepeace, very different in his approach, has been excellent. We have a boundary throw in, half forward, Cats into attack.
25 points. Geelong have done most of the attacking this quarter, but the only goal lap to the Kangaroos. Chance now for Burns. Can he run onto it? No, he can't. Stevens tries to tie it up, overruns it. Ling, 45 from goal. Chapman, gee, they're putting some pressure on the Kangaroos. Ling, snap it, goal is close across the face. Snap it, goal, soccer it through. He does. Steve Johnson kicks a goal for the Cats. Steve Johnson has kicked his second, the only two for Geelong. And they draw to within 19 points.
And that's the one I was talking about. The boundary throwing comes in. The Cats allow a space back towards goal. And we didn't have the earlier footage, but it was thumped on. Ronnie Burns overran it. They were able to work, but again, working pretty hard for this goal. Johnson with his second goal. Working pretty hard for it, the Cats at the moment. They have their second. It's all about scoreboard pressure, as they say. It's back to 19 points. Porter in the ruck. King may prefer that opponent. King out of the middle. They've been excellent, Roos. They're into attack. Harding allows the ball to run. Rocker tried to slap it back. Chance for a little bit of run now. Riley off half-back. Will go in long. Big ask here. Ablett will try and knock Teague off the ball. Colbert in support. King to Teague. Out of danger and out of pressure into half forward. Grant loves a goal, and that's where he heads. He'll go to the left, minor score. It's 5-6, 36 Kangaroos, 2-4, 16 the Cats.
David Teague's having a game. He's had 10 touches. His opponent's just been benched, Chapman. And Cameron Mooney has come on to replace Chapman.
Raleigh, short to centre half back. Harley, in front of Petrie. Margin back to 20 points. It was 21 at quarter time. Chips to Enright. No flow in the Geelong game at the moment. Kilpatrick makes position on centre wing. Now he decides to go. Not too much to kick to, so decides to handball back to Enright. Kick short. King. Back to Enright.
This is better run, though.
Poor kick. Taken by Kelly. Handball out wide, Scholes, got time to steady. Kick around the body was intended for Kingsley, chipping in Sinclair. Now loose player on the wing is King, he'll need to fly. Kelly committed his body and did brilliantly. Had to show some steel, did James Kelly, boundary throwing.
Well, Scholes was running at goal, went across the body. The best option, the most comfortable option was to go straight at goal from 40 metres.
I agree with you there. But one of the few times that the Cats have actually run through the middle of the ground with some type of tempo. Well,
just taking a few options, and naturally the guy with possession after giving it off is the player they least expect to run on again. And that's what Corey Enright did a little bit earlier, so they need more of it, the Cats, at the moment. Certainly a little bit of improvement in general play. Robbins will come up with the ball again, as a lot of these stoppages have shown that the Roos have been able to get themselves over the ball.
Mooney doing the ruck work around the ground. King has gone up into the forward line. Michael Martin picking him up.
Should have been a free to Mooney. Riccardi through the traffic has been quiet. Porter put the body in. Off the ground, Scholl couldn't get it through. Porter's back in there, so the big man doing well. Sinclair over the top and into space. Stevens onto the running Martin. Just over wing, Mickey Martin has the second bounce. Will get it in quickly. Clayton, dropped it on the way down. He's got it. It's been paid.
Gee.
So Shane Clayton,
I think he had control of it.
A present there. Got the hands up, got his hands around the ball. Here we go again. And on the way down, no.
That's not a mark.
So Shane Clayton with an opportunity. Does it slip by? Has kicked a few this season, nowhere near him, and in the end the ball over the line to be thrown in. Not a bad position at the moment for the Roos. They like it close to goal, because they will fight this one out as Drew Petrie makes his way off the ground. A tall for a midfielder, running play. Adam Simpson back on. Porter knocked off the line. Harding didn't have it in the end. Will get a free kick.
He did it well, didn't he? He knew he was going to get tackled, and he really didn't take possession of the ball, and he really milked that free kick.
So Lee Harding has a goal, and you'd expect him from this position. Here it is again. As you called it, Saucy pretty much summed up the situation in the traffic. It was always going to be grabbed and should be rewarded. Harding has one. Will become the leading goal kicker, should after this, and kicks a goal. The Roos have another. So the lead goes out to 26 points, and the Roos doing well out of midfield, and their pressure at the moment is being rewarded. forward. Lee Harding with his second goal.
He's got a pretty important role to play today, particularly with Harvey out of the side. He's the man with the leg speed in the Kangaroos team. And they'll be dearly hoping that he kicks a number of goals for his side today.
Kangaroos in control. They lead by 26 points. Harding with 2 goals. They look dangerous up forward. Mooney in the ruck, beaten by Porter. Corey, close quarters to Burns, couldn't control it. Wojcinski can't either. Raleigh, well, brought down by Clayton, will be pushed in the back, he will. Free kick to Geelong.
Oh, he's called advantage.
He has called advantage. Chapman in towards King in the pocket. Got hands to it. Well played, Martin. Pushed him off the football. Archer got round one. Couldn't get round the second. Should be penalised, isn't? Chapman. Kick to the top of the goal square. It's going through for a behind. Scholl couldn't take it. No free kick to him. The Kangaroos have got the numbers back there. Kelly did brilliantly to tie it up at the top of the goal square against the numbers.
Great pressure.
Bounce 10 metres from the Geelong goal.
Great play by young Kelly. That's what you ask as a forward, just to give yourself another chance in the forward 50. But also great play by the Kangaroo defenders to get numbers at the ball.
He's not huge physically, is he? This is a big
Snap from
contest.
Burns. Smothered. Sinclair just wobbles it towards half. Contest. Milburn down. I think it's Milburn. Kangaroos out of trouble. Stevens. Kick to the wing. Grant was held. Soccer forward by Simpson. Rocker tries to dab it down to King and is successful. An open goal square. King, shocking kick off the side of the boot. Gives Grant a chance. Raleigh corrals him and does well in the end. Wojcinski, he's got some toe, but he can't get away from Motlop. Well played, Simpson. They're applying enormous pressure, the Kangaroos. Harding tied up, bounce 50 from Kangaroos goal.
Back behind play. Darren Milburn picking the wrong guy. Byron Pickett and both players ought to be commended. Have a look at this one. Oh,
I think one person was watching the ball and the other was watching the man. The ball was there to be won. Bounce. 50 from Kangaroos goal. Mooney. Oh, that was adventurous. Tried to get clear. Ling. Spin out of trouble. Toe poke from David King. Wojcinski over the line. So a boundary throw in right half forward for the Kangaroos.
so what are you calling it? A charge from Byron Pickett?
No, I'm just saying the ball was there to be won. It looked like one player had their eye on the ball and the other didn't.
Yeah, well, I think it was a fair. He hit him in the shoulder.
Yep.
It wasn't as if it was head high.
At the moment, Ling tries a trick kick. At the moment, just no run from the Cats. And the game plan of the Roos spot on at the moment, pushing players up the ground. Players just burying their heads and running onto it.
He is coming off too, Darren Milburn, after that collision.
It's a second
He
player.
showed some great courage, though.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Graham off the ground, now Milburn, so things not looking good. Chapman through the traffic, just let it go. Stevens is in there, hands off Lee Harding. What's your left foot like? I think it's good, it is. That is his third. So it's coming from everywhere, an unlikely type at the moment. The supplier was Lee Harding, third goal, but it was a work of Anthony Stevens that set it up.
I remember watching him early on in the season, dates where he kicked 2-5. I think it might have been against Melbourne early on in the year, but this guy is an exciting player, electric, an enormous pace, and now he is starting to kick goals.
3 goals to Lee Harding, and interestingly, he is off the Geelong VFL list. So a real find for the Kangaroos. He's kicked 3. Burton back in the ruck. Mooney takes it out but can't clear the congestion and secondary bounce.
And young Wojcinski has picked Lee Harding up.
Actually, they've pushed Kingsley's playing out of the goal square for the Cats now, so he's playing further up the ground. He's about 35 from goal. Stephen King out of the goal square with Mooney into the ruck, and Steve Johnson also playing about 20 from goal.
False start from umpire Coates.
And this is where they've lost it, out of the middle. The Roos, they love this type of game. They love it in close, and they love a contest.
Burton reaches over and deftly gets it to Stevens, but he's wrapped up in the tackle. And this is a big test for this Geelong side. They were down last week against the Crows and were able to come back. Didn't win the game, but perhaps should have. Big test for them. Captain off the ground.
One guy doing a terrific job is Jess Sinclair on Ronnie Burns. Burns only having the 2 disposals to date. Sinclair's had 9.
Simpson crashes his way through. Pickett is loose. Clever one-hander. Couple of boos from the Geelong fans. Kicks towards half-forward. Scarlett was beaten best position. Couldn't take it. Morrell snap at goal.
Kick.
Ball bouncing goalward. It's through. It's a goal. Digby Morrell. The Kangaroos are playing all over the top of Geelong. Margin out to 38 points, 20 minutes in second term.
Well, when things go right, they go right. But what about this kick by Morrell? Falls into his hand, snaps it, and that's the Kangaroos' 3rd goal in 6 minutes.
Well, pretty long at the getting it in quickly, and again, Scarlett not getting the body behind it. Morrell able to kick a goal.
Well, the Cats are certainly struggling to find goal kickers. Only 1 to date compared to the Kangaroos' 6.
King and Burton. Favours King, hands off, around the body and under pressure, Enright, shoal or mark. Dummies a handball, then onto that right foot. They go out wide again. Johnson should mark and does. So Steve Johnson is their only scorer with 2 into the middle. Good kick, Ling or mark.
Well, you might wonder why Ling was free on his own there. Adam Simpson was in the middle of the ground. He suffered a knock, I think might have been to his stomach. He might have been winded, and he was on his haunches. So Ling was able to find some space and get free, and now has the opportunity to kick a goal.
So normally a good shot at goal, Cameron Ling. Goal-kicking midfielder, tagger. They need this one, the Cats. The game's starting to slip by. They trail by 38. And Ling will make it 32, just squeezes it in. So they've only managed 2 scorers, one of them being Cameron Ling. It's back to 32. The Cats are 22 points. The Kangaroos leading comfortably 54.
Well, they had to wait a while for their 3rd goal of this game. Their last goal was the 9-minute mark of the 1st quarter, and it's taken them the 23rd minute mark of this quarter.
Well, no recognised forwards with a goal. Johnson 2, Ling 1, and that's one of the problems.
Margin 32 points. And the Cats desperately needed that goal. King back in the ruck. They need another one pretty quickly. Ineffective ruck play. Raleigh, taken high by Motlop. No free kick. He ducked ahead. Pickett. Been rough and tough today. Byron Pickett T. Scrambles at half forward. King in front. Stood his ground.
He's a big man, isn't he?
He certainly is. And he's off.
Call the umpires down.
Raleigh. He's down too. Kelly. Kicks it high towards half forward. Chapman going back. T couldn't hold on. Kilpatrick fends off Sinclair. Then handball straight to former teammate Colbert. Colbert with nowhere to go. Kicks over the line.
Coming straight off too.
Umpire Wen hobbles from the ground, and the emergency umpire, I think, is umpire McBurney. So quick interchange by the field umpires. Wasn't the Red Sox, was it?
Dressed by Versace today, the umpires.
Handball towards the line. Stevens keeps it in. Sinclair just hoists it high. It's a wobbling old kick. Simpson, front and centre, can't control it. Burns and Raleigh gives it straight up to Grant. Kicks inside, attacking 50. Rocker! Great mark! Sliding, diving.
Beautiful kick too, out in front.
And impossible to stop as a defender when your forward dives forward, protects the ball. Nothing Scarlett could have done on that occasion.
So a costly turnover out of that pack on centre wing by the Cats. As Corey comes from the ground, Clark on. It's Severio Rocker. He's kicked 40 goals this season. Kicked 5 last week. And has one this afternoon from 55 metres. It was a thumping kick. It's offline. Contest on the goal line. Still in. Chance for Petrie over his head into the other pocket. Pickett dives. Couldn't control it. Still in play the ball. Harley fighting hard, he ties it up, and it's been penalised. The player on the base of the pack is Harding, and a free kick to the Cats.
So Harley will take it out of the back pocket. 25 minutes second quarter, it'll bounce. Kilpatrick dropped it in the end. That's about the third or fourth they've dropped in defence. Clark. And further down the ground. David Clark is one that has to lift. Peter Riccardi is another. A lot of their better players this season certainly have gone missing. Into the middle, danger. Harley doesn't let him down. Dummy to handball, call the play on, then hands off. Hasn't worked out too bad. Riley, Kilpatrick, Morrell will get there. No, Kilpatrick gets there first to Scarlett, can go to Chapman, decides to kick it, and then moves it on. It's a mark. Johnson has it. Will turn around quickly, goes around, has 2 goals on that left foot. What's it like? It'll land short. It's a mark to the Cats. No, it's not. Dropped it on the way down, Mooney. Certainly been starved of opportunity. Players go in. Sinclair there. Loose ball. They needed a goal.
Well
the Cats
done.
King will throw the tackle and then run. Catch me if you can. 2 bounces and let it go. Riccardi will slam his boot into it. It'll go long. It'll go to the square. Mooney got it. Has got it. Cameron Mooney. One of the rare times, if not the first time.
And Geelong players going to David King in number at centre half forward for the Cats. Just letting him know that perhaps what he tried to do there was a little bit too adventurous, and a turnover caused.
And this is what they've lacked.
Well, he tried to get onto his right foot.
And with their inability to run the ball in and find players, be able to pinpoint players, all you can do is just bomb it in the air, but you need players able to mark. Mooney was that man and kicks a goal. So Cameron Mooney, one of the rare times he's been able to win a possession, a big mark and a much-needed goal. It's just under 30 minutes second quarter, and the Cats get it back to 26.
And they've just steadied a little bit, the Cats. They've kicked the last 2, and they need to do so to keep themselves into this game.
Ronnie Burns has to be an option further up the ground now to start carrying it.
Good piece of play by Burns. Let's go quickly down to the boundary line. Christie. No, as we look at umpire Stewart when recovering, we'll get to Christie in a minute. Bounce. Burton looking for Stevens. Clark tries to crash through, missed the ball. Rawlings. Kick around the body. Harding weaves through the pack.
Great
kick
kick
out wide. Morrell. Chance. Scarlett leaves his man Rocker and comes to meet it. Well played, Scarlett. Loose player on the wing, not for long. Teague, almost a spectacular mark. He wraps it up. Bounce. Attacking side of the wing.
Morrell off for the Roos. Porter back on, Chriso.
Did well there, Scarlett. Attacked the ball, got it out of the danger zone, and kept running.
Umpire McBurney, the emergency umpire. We'll get an update on umpire Wen shortly. Burton decisively. Raleigh, pushed in the back, surely.
Has been good, I think.
He has been very good, James Raleigh. Possession number 14. Scholl gets through a couple. Just
better.
Pumps it to half forward. Johnson at the back. In fact, it's Mooney. Well played. One out in the goal square. Kingsley needs to get it in quickly. Kelly's loose at centre half forward. The Mooney kick missed the target. Still a chance for Kelly. Links with Kilpatrick, 55 from goal. Where will he go? Kicks haphazardly inside, attacking 50. Mooney a chance. Play on's the call. He didn't mark it. He's claiming it, Mooney. Players dive in football, and a bounce, 35 from the Cat goal.
Why wasn't that paid? Cameron Mooney
He's not
starting
happy.
to come into it.
He's not happy.
Unless it was touched further back.
Well, let's have a look at it. Mooney. Oh, gee.
Yeah. His hand to it.
I don't think there was another hand that touched it.
Well,
Could have been a little bit lucky not to get the free kick against him to Mick Martin, but certainly no one else touched that ball.
Half-time at Skilled Stadium, and a comfortable lead by the Kangaroos. They lead by 26 points. 8-6 plays 4-4, but Steve, the Cats did kick the last 2 goals.
They did. Certainly the Kangaroos were in control at the start of that quarter, but no doubt the Cats fought back and really starting to make a game of this.
Half-time at Skilled Stadium, and the Kangaroos lead by 26 points over the Cats.
A little bit secretive, but what I can tell you is that Milburn has done the AC joint in his right shoulder, so we've seen the rest of him for the game. Ben Graham, apparently, they say, has a bruised knee, although it does look more than that, and he's actually on the bench at the moment. And another injury worry is the umpires. Stuart Wen has done his ankle and won't take further part in the game.
Thanks, Christy. Yes, emergency umpire McBurney taking umpires Wen's place. Well, what do the Cats need to do, Steve, to get back into the game?
Well, I think they've got to start winning the ball around the contest, particularly clearances, which they started to do in that latter part of that second quarter, Pete.
Yep, fair call. So Kilpatrick in the middle, looking for a little bit of physical presence now. Kilpatrick's there, James Kelly's there. King will go in against Burton. Burton fingertips the ball down. Robbins is there again. And we will get another ball up just forward of that circle. Trailing by 26 points at the moment, Geelong. Have lost a couple of players, as we've made mention. And we did have a little bit of rain at half-time. Burns needs to get a bit of the ball. We'll run with it and carry over the top to Riccardi. Back to Burns. Concedes by hand to Kelly. To Ling. Oh, that was a terrible handball. With a play right on him, Robbins, Sinclair. Quick kick forward, and sitting back there is Brad Scholl, who had Makepeace following him all over the place. So Scholl will bang it in long. Burton's back there, should mark. Mooney does well to get to the front. He was very good in the last 5 minutes. Ling at ground level, 60 from goal. And Stevens there for the Roos, and we have a ball up. Benny Graham on screen, Joel Corey. And
just looking at the Cats forward line, Ken Kingsley being picked up by Glenn Archer, and Colbert has actually picked up Steve Johnson, which is an interesting matchup.
Would be a bonus for Dennis Pagan and his boys if it starts raining, because 26-point lead in fair conditions, all of a sudden the wet starts making it pretty hard. Riccardi will run onto it. There a chance if this guy starts firing. Hands back, Enright shrugs one, not the second. Wrapped up, Kilpatrick kick is smothered. Great pressure. King out of danger and finds a boundary. Still half forward out of side. Cats at the moment with no clear path towards goal.
A little bit of rain fell at half-time. Clear conditions now. Burton at the back, reaches again over the top of King. Robbins fighting hard at ground level. Well played, Scholl put his body in. Ling. Cats need the first goal. He's run down from behind by Robbins. He'll get a free kick. Play on's the call. Kelly, good handball, close quarters. King inside attacking 50. Kingsley almost couldn't quite hold on with the one arm. Archer. Colbert ducked ahead. Bounce.
Was that a trip back there?
Definitely. Should have
It was
been.
either a trip or he was tackled and the ball. Yeah, the ball fell for it.
The other thing is I would like to see from a lot of boundary throw-ins, because Burton has the ascendancy, is an extra man up. Here's that play again, clearly tripping.
And that's... yeah.
From the bounce, King wrapped up in the tackle. Chance for Mooney, couldn't get clear. Burns, little toe poke forward, only as far as Sinclair. Good pressure from Riccardi. Tries to keep it in, can't. Rush behind to Geelong.
I was saying I'd just like to see an extra man up in support of Stephen King. So if Stephen King can hold his ground and keep Burton from actually jumping, get the extra third man up and push the ball at least forward towards goal. Roos to bring it in, Makepeace. Short, Simpson. Troy Makepeace, very good player, has had the job on the running Brad Scholl. So that's Simpson back to Makepeace. Around one, gave it up to Kingsley, around the body to the goal square. Rawlings. Just not enough penetration. And has been the story of the Cats, really. A lot of their skill by foot and hand and technique letting them down in the first half. At least they've got the ball forward. Burton, King, eyes on Burton. Burton, free or mark.
Correct decision.
Was a free in the end.
Eyes on the ball.
So Burton loads up and towards wing. Foster stands his ground.
Yep, Shepherd.
We'll go to Drew Petrie. advantage. Makepeace will bang it in long. It's coming back. And who was that against then? If Drew Petrie ends up with it.
It was, I can't tell you exactly who it was, but one of the Geelong players, Ashley, didn't allow Petrie to get to the ball. It was Ashley Scholl.
All he did was stand his ground. He actually didn't push back, did he?
Riccardi coming off under the blood rule. Gary Ablett on for the Cats.
Some good signs for the Cats, though. I think they've come out to play in this third quarter. A bit more pressure applied.
Well, the lead is 25 at the moment. If they can build on that and win this quarter, the Roos makes it awfully hard. It's in long. Rocker's got it! He just hovered in the air. And for a big man, beautiful mark. Stephen King was a player that placed himself. He was virtually sandwiched. And that was a beautiful mark.
It was a fantastic mark. We just watched this on screen. Knee up. Just used the knee to be able to support himself in the air.
Just sat there.
Terrific
in the end,
mark.
Hovered, and that was a great mark. So a chance for Sav Rocker and the Roos. 5 minutes, third quarter. Sav Rocker has one, and will go to the left. So an opportunity, and I think an easy one at that. Certainly was his range.
We just had a look there. Fantastic mark. Sometimes you, as a defender, you rely on one of your I guess your teammates to spoil the ball, and on that occasion Scarlett did, thinking that maybe King might have got a hand to that ball.
Foster to half back. King, a little toe poke over the line. So a boundary throw in right half forward for the Kangaroos. David King.
Pretty much all over the ground, players being covered. Cats finding no space at the moment.
Stephen King this time. Scholl kicks around the body to half foot. Steve Johnson and Colbert have got hold of each other. Great tackle coming from Chapman. Bounce. Gary Ablett also involved there.
You'd think the first goal of this quarter is pretty critical to the Cats' chances.
Yep.
Bounce. King. Shocking bounce. Chapman actually wins it. Knocks it forward. Now Enright and David King for the Kangaroos. Enright tries to trap the ball. Can't. King. Sinclair. Now loose player out wide. Makepeace. He's got plenty of space on centre wing. Confronted now by Scholl, but it's got plenty of time. Kick inside, attacking 50. Rocker. Wojcicki left his man. Third man up. Well played. Enright is short. Centre half back. Literally speaking. Kicks towards the lead of Kingsley. Marks in front of his face. Geelong looking to work it around the outer side. Good run provided by Harley. Under pressure, so he just hoists it high inside, attacking 50. Steve Johnson can't control it. Teague. No pressure at all from the Geelong forwards, but he kicks it out on the full.
Chapman should have tackled. He just pushed.
So lucky let off for the Cats. The kick coming in from Kingsley was poor. Makepeace. Interception. Cochrane driven into the ground. No free kick. They fight hard for it, but a boundary throw in about 35 metres around from the Geelong goal. Glenn Archer on the screen.
It was a ball kick, but full credit to Makepeace. He did man the mark with some purpose, which forced the error.
Cats need a goal. King and Burton. King gets it back inside. But Simpson, the only player there, his kick was well read by Foster. Kick and a half and goal.
I think the game needs a goal. 8 minutes without a goal.
Kick into Mooney, and he's got it. Now, Anthony Stevens is claiming that he touched it.
It should be 50.
It has to be 50.
And Mick Martin, you just see there saying to umpire McBurney, it came off Stevens' hand, and umpire McBurney perhaps exercising some common sense there.
What's his excuse for jumping into him?
Exactly. Whether it was touched or not.
Well, they used to pay those, Steve. They don't seem to anymore.
Mick Martin playing a guessing game.
Oh, thumping kick. It's across the face. Contest. Through for a behind. Cats need a goal. Margin back to 25 points.
Makepeace to bring it in for the Roos. Signs better for the Cats. At least they're getting it forward and keeping it in the forward line. King over the top. Stevens. Possession number 14 coming up for the skipper. Over the top, Makepeace, good running. Good hard running at that. So half-back hugging the boundary. Roos just happy to chew up a little bit of time on the clock. Troy Makepeace, one of the better players. Wing it is. Ling, not able to mark. Too many players flying. Stevens at ground level was the smart footballer. Overrunning Scarlett, a chance to change direction. Has a play in right. Left it behind in the end to Harley. Towards a boundary is Raleigh, over the top and giving it up. Sinclair read it better. No, he will get a free. Tongue out as he was going back, so I think he feels he was a little bit lucky. Sinclair into the air. Scarlett front position. Rocker well done. Knocked away Scarlett at ground level. Harding can run onto it. Petrie tried to allow him to come through. Then mopped up. Rawlings into the air. It's all Cats. Enright will mark. And they will move it off.
Sweeping handball. Working out of the defensive zone with Jinsky to Ling. Back towards reducing their fiddling. Riccardi was held without it. No free kick. Enright again. Oh, he needs to get it on quickly. He's penalised.
Oh,
free kick to the Kangaroos. Rawlings.
Could have been a bit too high. Enright could have been a little bit unlucky.
Great tackle from Rawlings.
Just overusing it, the Cats. Under pressure. Get it and bang it.
Towards half forward, Wojcinski, he was held without it. You got a free kick. Much to the delight of the Cats fans. Dangerous kick again to Burns. Sinclair has done it again, and Burns looks back despairingly.
A couple of poor kicking errors by the Cats could cost them.
Sinclair, 60 from goal, just thumps it long to the goal square. At the back, Rocker can't take the mark. Almost a chance for Petrie. Slipped over at the last minute. Play on's the call. Can't get it out, and is penalised. The base of the pack. Kangaroo free kick against Wojcinski. And we'll have a look at it again, but they seem to be sitting all over him. As we look at the attempted mark by Rocker.
Well, we just saw there, Petrie was at the forward ball, but one thing that's really stood out in this game, that with the Kangaroo tall forwards, they always have numbers at the forward ball. Their crumbing is exceptional, and they give themselves a chance.
Savrock has kicked one. If he kicks this, it's going to make it very difficult for the Cats. He comes in from point-blank range and kicks a goal for the Kangaroos, his second. Margin out to 31 points in favour of the Kangaroos. And we talked about the first goal of the third term. It's taken 12 minutes, but it went to the Kangaroos, and that makes it extremely difficult for the Cats.
This rule has to be looked at. That was a sloppy tackle. Wojcinski's lucky not to have been penalised earlier, but have a look at the way Rocker's sitting on.
He got no chance at all.
No chance whatsoever.
I totally agree with you.
That has to be looked at. Now, what chance did he have to get this out? So Rocker with his second goal. It's a 31-point lead, making it pretty difficult at the moment. Time running out with only a quarter or so to go. Makepeace will slap it on. So the football very direct. Out wide, Sinclair should goal. Thanks to Shannon Grant, Sinclair finishes.
There was he was going to get a free kick if it wasn't a goal.
And that's what it's all about. Direct, clinical football, and in the end that man coming off Shannon Grant supplied to Sinclair, who finished.
And the value of getting first use out of the centre square bounce, the Kangaroos have been exceptional in that area. But what about the game Jess Sinclair's having today? He's doing a terrific job on Ronnie Burns, and he kicks his first goal of the game.
So the Kangaroos with the biggest lead of the match. They're out by 37 points. Seemingly in control. Burton again. Robbins hit by Burns. Well played. Kelly run down by Teague. Ling, well played. Chapman long inside attacking 50. They need a mark. At the back, Colbert wants to work it towards the line, assisted by Martin, and they achieve their objective.
Just struggling to find an avenue up forward, the Cats. Cameron Mooney's probably the only target up there that's actually kicked a goal.
And the thing is that is working. The Roos put so much pressure in midfield, they don't allow time and space for the opposition to be able to carry it in and pinpoint passes, and that they certainly do support their defenders, the Roos.
Burton over the top. The bounce. Touch briefly on that free kick that Severio Rocker just earned. You see so many times where players are poleaxed into the ground, literally lying on top of the football without much of an opportunity, and that was certainly a classic example.
Well, that's a big thing. You've got to have an opportunity to be able to get rid of the ball underneath you.
Burton to Archer. No opportunity there. Bounce.
Really hard for the Cats at the moment when you consider they've virtually 3/4 of football. We're 15 minutes into this third quarter and they've managed 30 points in total, and they trail by 37, so big ask to try and cut that lead back.
Burton fighting hard at ground level again. Another bounce. Umpire Head calls for it. 45 metres from the Geelong goal.
David King sitting back as a loose man for the Roos. Disposals per goal.
Well, that's incredible, isn't it?
Tells the story.
40.3 to 15.5.
King hoisted high, but he's offline, so Kangaroo free kick. Is there any positional changes, Steve, they can make, the Cats?
Well, I think they're restricted a little bit with Ben Graham off the ground, also Darren Milburn, who are both injured at the moment, so really doesn't give them the flexibility they'd like.
Stevens, halfback it is. Oh, well done. Colbert eyes for the ball. Does well, the former Cat. Certainly been given a hard time this afternoon. Colbert. Nothing fancy. Sinks a slipper in, Rocket a long way from home. Thumps it back the wrong way. Riccardi to Ablett. Short again. Ronnie Burns is running. Steve Johnson heads to Burns. Shocking kick in the end. He had to wait for it. Back to Johnson. Hugging the boundary and 55 from goal. That's where the Roos wanted it. Martin has to sit and then knocks it through. Cameron Mooney looks in despair at the delivery of the ball and played straight in the hands of this man, Mick Martin.
Wasn't a great kick for Cameron Mooney, but he does do the right things at the right time. Mick Martin has done for a number of years.
Kick comes into Stevens, coming out for possession number 18. Game number 251. Kicks along to the wing. Burton the target. In the end, spoils from King. Boundary throw in.
Conditions making it pretty hard now for free scoring.
Just looking at the Cats forward line, Chriso, maybe it's a time to go small up there because their taller targets aren't really catching it up there, so it might be an opportunity for Bomber Thompson maybe to go for a smaller type setup. He has got Ronnie Burns up there at the moment out of the goal square.
May be worth just isolating Burns. Inside attacking 50, trying to give him a chance. Burton wins it out. Archer confronted by Kilpatrick. Put the kick away. Foster comes to meet it. Well played. Corey inside to Shell. Needs to get rid of it quickly and does. Kelly kicks across the ground. Kingsley making position. Here's a chance. Burns is short. He ignores that. Kicks into the pocket to Mooney. The kick is poor. And when they've been winning, Dakes, they've been kicking the ball long to the top of the goal square from that position, but kicking into the pocket, just low percentage play.
Well, that's exactly right, Chris. So the thing is, even if they maintain possession, the angle he would have shot from pretty hard. Push up the ground in the conditions, go to the goal square, and the ball just continue to slide through.
Just saw a red alert there. Anthony Stevens, 5 disposals in 10 minutes.
The other player, Stuart Cochrane, terrific job on Peter Riccardi.
18 disposals for the day. Anthony Stevens.
Boundary throw in just inside the Geelong attacking 50. Understatement to say they need a goal. Martin back. Colbert is desperate. Now a chance for King of the Kangaroos. Just scrambles it out of the congestion. Kelly, a good clever mark. Geez, an impressive young player. James Kelly. Just 18 years of age. drives it in short. Oh, gee, you wrap him up. Kicks it straight to Teague. The lead was from Kingsley, but Teague read it off the boot beautifully. He kicks out wide. Grant and Wojcinski, free kick to Grant. So nothing going right for the Cats at the moment. We've played 20 minutes in this third term, and they trail by 6 goals.
Well, they're doing everything right, the Kangaroos. They're harassing, they're slowing the game up in defence and making it very tough for the Cats forwards.
Long kick in, just over wing it is. Ablett along the ground, and did it bounce? It did before the line. So boundary throw in just forward of that wing ever so slightly, favouring the Cats. Scoreboard favouring the Roos, and that's the most important stat. Stephen King, second on the list. Certainly he's been in there trying. Stevens, the clear leader. Anthony Stevens for the Roos, been a fine player. 18 possessions, front position King. It's going back to Burton. It's going back to the Roos.
I think there was a Shepherd off the ball.
So Grant, short, Makepeace, has got it. Time running short now for the Cats. 20 minutes third quarter. In long, Harley with a sit. Good mark.
Just watching that setup there by the Kangaroos, they're prepared to leave the space behind their key forwards open, so if the ball goes over the top of the pack, there is room for their crummers to run onto.
So Kelly still at half-back member side of the ground. Joel Corey has it. Quiet afternoon. King pushed to the front. Simpson did beautifully. Kept his head and then bangs it back in. Scoring chance. Rock has got it. And you can get excited about him. This is about his distance. Everyone running back to an unguarded goal square. It's long and it'll come back. Riccardi underneath it. Gets a fingertip to it, but make sure it doesn't go into a danger zone. Minor score, and the Roos keep racking up the points.
Bomber Thompson, sure he's got a few concerns.
2 goals, 2 to Sav Rocker this afternoon to add to his 40 goals. So good return, 42 goals for the former Collingwood full forward. Long kick towards centre half back. Simpson couldn't hold on. Still a chance for the Kangaroos. Corey, well tackled by Stevens. No prior opportunity.
Even that kick in, there was 2 Roo players going in against Foster. The Cats clearly outnumbered, and the other player that has done a terrific job, and we may mention many times, Spider Burton, fantastic on Stephen King.
Rocker knocks it forward. Scholl in the way. Nice blind turn. King in support. Oh, intended handball for Corey. Intercepted by King. That was absolutely brilliant. Rawlings now. Kicks inside, attacking 50. All Cats. Harley. Hands off to Scarlett. Sweeps it to Scholl. Back to Scarlett. Got too many options up the ground. The Cats kick towards Johnson. Was pushed in the back and he'll get a free kick.
That's all they're doing at the moment. The Cats is a lot of the possessions are being racked up in their defensive zone. Tom Harley standing up in the last 6 or 7 minutes.
Johnson kicks to centre half forward. Mooney, big leap, big mark. That's what Cat fans have been looking for all afternoon. Cameron Mooney will kick from just inside 50 on a slight angle.
Well, it's been 23 minutes since they've last scored their goal.
Needs a big kick as well. No certainty.
Great mark in these conditions.
Hasn't had a lot of practice this afternoon. Not alone in that area. Geelong forwards.
Couple of steps. Drop punt. Is a thumping kick. It's close. It's the post. Well, nudging back to 36 points.
He just needs a little bit more support, Cameron Mooney. He looks like he's probably the only avenue up there. Ken Kingsley probably needs to lift a little bit.
For sure. Pickett. Burton the target. Ling from behind will slap it forward. Grant read it better. Back in the middle. Dropped it in. And now running back towards goal. Scholl did well. To Foster. Left foot. Out wide. Numbers with the Cats. In right with a sting off the ball. Ling will kick it in. Burns against 2. And Jess Sinclair's there. Burns running away from goal. Stevens dives on the ball. Back to Sinclair. He was over the line. No. Bombs it back in long. And Ling got the body in to allow Foster to come in. The Cats ready to move it forward. They have to be quick. 2 goals scored in total in this third quarter. Won't see a long quarter. King not able to mark it. Colbert to the boundary. And we have a boundary throwing 35 from the Geelong goal.
I know I've said it a number of times, Dave, but the ability of the Kangaroos to get to the fall of the ball, particularly at kickings and stoppages, has been enormous today.
Burton front did beautifully. At the feet of Simpson, Burton into the back of his teammate. They're happy just to tie it up. Ball up this time. These are the type of stoppages where they could possibly get that extra man up. Geelong, last goal, 27-minute mark, second quarter for the Cats. Boy, they need one now. Kelly, Burns run into each other virtually. Colbert after the clever Burns kick.
Well, that's been the difference, hasn't it? Their willingness to work for each other. Those two Cat players there, really, one should have protected to allow the ball, his teammate to pick up the ball, and quite possibly could have had a shot at goal.
So King, Chapman, too high. No, he had the head ducked. Simpson there for the Roos. No way out at the moment. Give you a contest at every turn, the Kangaroos. Ball up. King slaps it down. Mickey Martin with a touch. And they're out of danger.
Kicks towards half-back, the only player there, Scholl. Now, no one stands the mark, so he plays on, just wobbles it forward straight to Burton.
It was a poor kick.
Well, he tried to take advantage of the fact that no one was on the mark, but found he had pressure coming, so he needed to kick it quickly. Colbert wide towards the wing, and the boundary line close. The Kangaroos in these wet and slippery conditions now, certainly playing intelligent football.
Well, they got the game the way they want it, the Kangaroos. They want this a slow game, nice, tight contest. Only 2 goals kicked in this quarter, both by the Kangaroos.
Not unlike last season where the Roos were able to triumph here over the Cats.
Stevens gets it out. Grant tries to hack it forward. Ujinsky in the way. It was Simpson kicking it forward. Another boundary throw-in. Try as they might, the Cats just can't make any impression on the scoreboard. They haven't been able to kick a goal in this third term. Kangaroos have kicked 2 to increase their half-time lead. Corey in front. Big pack of players around the football, and umpire head calls for it again. Gary Ablett.
Well, the luxury for the Cats now is starting to diminish when you consider the loss last week. It looks like they may go down here again. I think all signs are pointing to that. And now they have a real fight to maintain their position in the 8.
Kelly kicks inside, attacking 50. Colbert's marked again. Lee Colbert, possession number 11. Gets to Stevens, who kicks out wide, close to the line and over on the full. So Geelong free kick.
Well, the Kangaroos have pushed every player over their forward 50. We just see there, well, that is the Kangaroos forward line. That's all the space they've got. That's why it's very difficult for the Cats to find an avenue up forward. Plenty of numbers up there.
And I'll tell you, once they do win possession, the Roos will bang it in long and then get everyone forward to the football. They do work pretty hard, half forward.
And they run very hard into that space.
Yep. It's a long way from home for the Cats. 3-quarter time, not far away. Inactive goal-scoring quarter. King pushing Burton. James Kelly quickly in. Kingsley, where is he? Sinclair puts a hand and goes to the boundary. Did well in the end. At least getting the hand on it will make sure that the Cats don't take a mark. It's close to goal now, and again, space between this throw-in and the Geelong goal. Bomber Thompson hoping and praying for a goal to end this third quarter. King took it out. Ball smothered as the siren goes. And what a healthy lead the Roos will take into this last quarter. They lead by 36. It is a big ask for the Cats now. They're 4-8-32. The Roos, there you have it, 10-8-68. And clearly Geelong with the work in front of them.
Oh, no doubt about that. The Kangaroos, well, they closed the game up, really. They won the quarter. They kicked 2 goals to Geelong, nothing. And certainly the work is ahead of the Cats. You probably can't see the Cats getting back from here, but it'll need something special from some of the Cat youngsters should they get back into this game.
Certainly will. They've been in control the entire afternoon, the Kangaroos. At three-quarter time, the Kangaroos over the Cats. They lead by 36 points. So they've really been robbed of some flexibility, the Cats, haven't they?
They have been hurt. When you consider they've had a problem with getting it in deep, Graham would have been perfect across half forward with a possession and that long kicking game.
Stephen King at full forward for the Cats. Ronnie Burns alongside him.
Final quarter underway. The Cats trail by 36 points. Wojcinski thumps it from centre half back. Enright up, one-handed. Chapman a chance. They need an early goal, the Cats. Can they conjure up something here? Brilliant
well
smother.
done.
Oh, that was superb play from Lee Hardy, who kicked 3 first-half goals. And the Kangaroos have effected a turnover. Coming back to their former captain of the Cats, Lee Colbert.
Ball long, Petrie, and that Chapman run for trying to gain an extra 5 metres. It cost the team 50 metres with these that eventual kick. So they've got it in the middle. Raleigh, they need some early goals now. Cats, huge ask. As I said earlier, I've rarely seen the Cats or the Kangaroos give up a lead. Johnson into the forward line, good kick. King will got it. King has it. So an early chance for Geelong. He'll certainly have to work for this one, Stephen King.
And really, it's where the Cats have fallen down all day. They've actually outnumbered or been in their forward 50 more times than the Kangaroos. 35. They've been in their inside 50 to the Kangaroos 30.
King, is this the start of something? Could well be. It's a goal and an early one for the Cats. Just the start they were looking for. That's all about gaining confidence, and that's putting it on the scoreboard. Stephen King with his first, and in the end they fought it out well and got it forward more importantly.
Well, this is the man that might create that spark. The senior guys just need to step up and produce something here.
So an early goal to the Cats, margin back to 5 goals. Be a remarkable victory if they could pull something out of the fire here. Mooney needs to kick it quickly and does. Inside attacking 50, Burns to the back. Martin, chance for Burns, couldn't quite control it. King keeps his hands free, gets it to Burns. Well tackled by the Kangaroo defence. They're desperate. Archer play onto the course. Sinclair, who's been outstanding, gets to Stevens. Well played, Anthony Stevens. Kick wasn't that good. Pressure coming from Kelly. Rebound opportunity. Corey back inside towards King. Colbert with the fist.
They've done that very well all day, the Kangaroos.
And that's what they'd be expecting, the Roos. So
it's
now, Geelong have to be able to mix it up.
Exactly, but a sign of a good side. The support that they've given one another. You see here Lee Colbert, Glenn Archer does it, Lee Colbert does it. 2 great leaders of that footy club.
Boundary throw in. Porter at the back. Archer tries to crash through Ablett. Almost did. Kick towards half back. Corey, Chapman, he's in trouble. Look out, underground handball. Enright concedes ground to Kelly, who's got some time. Thumps it back to the top of the goal square. Riccardi was held. Archer gets back.
He played for it. Oh, it's going the other way.
Oh, dear. Well, I'd like to have a look at that again, because just looking, it looked as though Riccardi was the one being held.
He played for it, Riccardi, in the end.
Well,
and Archer getting back also.
For Dennis Pagan, an option would be now with Cameron Mooney into the ruck for the Cats to bring Spider Burton back on the ground.
King and Martin going at it. Contest. Petrie tries to knock on. Morrell was held. He thumps it on. Gains about 30 metres for his team. Simpson leading the foot race. Tries to soccer. Cart. Ling. Uses Raleigh. Now Harley. They need to set something up here. Oh, shocking kick from Harley. They still might get out of it. Kelly puts his head down. Can't get or escape the Harding tackle. Colbert. Pickett through the midfield.
Rocker.
Scrambles it forward. Great mark, Rawlings. Diving attempt, 40 metres from goal. Directly in front. Chance for Brady Rawlings to, well, you'd think, put the final nail in the Geelong coffin.
Well, they had their chances, and Byron Pickett showing the Cats how to go about it. Get it and just bomb it in long.
Brady Rawlings playing just his 6th game of the year. He's kicked a couple of goals. Important kick, because we can kick this. The Kangaroos are home from 48 metres. It's got the distance, but it's offline. Margin 31 points. Early stages, final quarter, we've played 5 minutes.
Just important that the Cats increase their tempo or maintain what they've come out with at the start of this last quarter.
Ling, looks like the option may be to go long. Scarlett, that's the direction he goes.
He put his foot over the line, Dakes. Umpire McBurney was right on the spot, and certainly with the naked eye, it looked as though he just put his foot over.
And really, it's a bad mistake. He's got plenty of room. Players kicking him have got plenty of room to actually kick the ball out of the goal square, and yet they continually go over the line.
Well, they're trying to go to the line when you don't need to. So it comes down, it's a goal, and that could well be it. Troy Makepeace with 2 goals has certainly been a fine contributor. 14 possessions in all, and more importantly, the Roo score goes out once again.
We just see that kicking, and this has resulted from an error. A player kicking in from full back. And once again, Kangaroos with numbers at ground level.
The goal to the Kangaroos, and an error from Ling and also an error from Scholl, because he allowed Makepeace to get goal side of him. Back in the centre, Porter. Mooney, who's tried hard. Ling has also been desperate. Stevens has it. Good tackle from Kelly. Burns. Get a free kick, will he? No, he's been penalised. No, he will get a free kick, Burns.
He was going the other way, I think you.
A little confusing. He kicks out wide, and they've done that a lot today, Geelong. Kelly.
Now Colbert is actually sitting back, so
he just thumps it inside attacking 50, hoping King couldn't take it. Ablett off hands, gets around Clayton, left foot snap is a goal. Exciting stuff from Gary Ablett, and the Geelong fans in raptures over that, but they still trail by 31 points. Difficult to see them getting back into the game from here.
And great play by Gary Ablett Jr. This is the area they've failed all day to convert from. Their crummers at ground level, and finally they find one in Gary Ablett Jr.
Beautiful reading of the football. You're spot on, Sauce, too. They have lacked in that area. Back to 31. Still plenty of time. Riccardi coming off a wing member's side. Steve Johnson pushing up the ground. So they're trying to play an open forward line with King back in the goal square. Ronnie Burns is starting to be thereabouts. Probably not getting clear possessions, but starting to be involved. Mooney, Ling. Can he get it out? Well done, Simpson. Stole it and then bombed it in long. Rocker can't take it. Riley hands off in the end. Foster. They go to the outer side, left foot, and plenty of room. Wajinski will run, will take a bounce. We'll take him on, we'll really take him on. Over the top he goes. Trouble Burns, he gets it out beautifully. Wajinski in long, Teague underneath it. Will slap it back. King missed it in the end. Corey, open goal if he can get it to King. It's out in front of the big man. Have a look at this for a race. Martin chasing King. Wields around onto Kingsley. Quiet afternoon. Back he goes, Riccardi. Colbert, well done. Sitting back there as a loose man.
He just stemmed the tide there, Lee Colbert.
Certainly has been a lift from Geelong in general play. It's 10 minutes last quarter. Colbert short. Clayton to take it out of the back pocket.
All we needed in that foot race was Luther.
Could be a long option. Porter will jump. Front position, Foster. King put his hand up. Martin, quick kick out. Harley knocked away Petrie. Well done. Oh, in danger. No. So Mooney back there for the Cats. Look out. Hands off to Harley. Back over the top we go. Ling will take. They just have to get it in long and hope someone takes a mark. It'll drop short. And again, Colbert back there.
Great pressure by the Kangaroos. Anthony Stephen and also Petrie. Just their chase was exceptional.
Handball's off to King, kicks towards Grant. We got rid of Kelly. Shannon Grant. Brilliant smother coming from shoulder, retrieves the football. Wojcinski,
just kick
handball
it.
just missed the mark, and Sinclair played for it and gets it.
Advantage?
No advantage, must come back.
Now, Scholl's handball is not the percentage one. He's trying to go directly over the top of a player who has to wait for the ball, and in the end, the Roos able to take it back.
Sinclair towards Rocker, got a little push in the back. Rawlings at ground level in space, 25 from goal, dribbles, hits the post. Could have run a bit closer, I think. Brady Rawlings, behind only. Margin out to 32 points.
Just been so good in this area, and Sauce, that's what you were talking about earlier. Just so much easier when you consider it goes into your forward line, no one confronts you, and you have a little bit of time, and we've seen many goals scored like that for the Roos this afternoon. Riccardi, long Mooney, could have been a free against him at ground level. Corey, ball runs away, Chapman, lost it again, Stevens wrapped up, running away from goal. Chance for King, or bomb in long, Harding, Rocker missed it, Harding will run onto it, goal number 4, he loves it, around the corner, and let's put it there for a beautiful goal. There is no more. 4 goals to Lee Harding, and that could be a 32-point lead. Let's make it 38. It's 44. The Roos leading. They're 82.
I really believe they've found a play here, the Kangaroos. This player here is an excitement machine, and he's becoming a goal kicker. Terrific play.
Margin out to 38 points. What a great goal. Lee Harding's 4th. 38 points to the margin. Porter over the top. Kelly's kick smothered. King back on the ball now. Wojcinski just hoists it high towards the wing. Chapman, a good effort, couldn't hold on. Ling and Sinclair. Good tackle by Sinclair.
Too slow. Cameron Ling had a play right on his hammer and took possession of the ball, and that's a type of pressure that the Roos are really renowned for.
A bit of spirit there by the Kangaroos too. A number of players went over to the tackler and just let him know he did a fantastic job.
He knocks towards the line this time, Sinclair. Another boundary thrown. He's been one of their best. 19 possessions, 3 marks, and has taken the ball inside 55 times. Jess Sinclair has had the job on Ronnie Burns. Boundary throw in. Neither ruckman touch it. Scholl tries to thump it forward. Cochran, little kick out of the pack. Harley couldn't control it. Pickett, little toe poke. Raleigh over it. Pickett again, just toe pokes it. Chance now for Harding. He's got some pace. He's got some zip. He kicks his 5th. Inspiring stuff. Lee Harding, gee, he's electrifying. 5 goals. And when he's near the football, well, something happens.
He is quick, but once again, terrific play by Byron Pickett there. Couldn't pick the ball up, but what he did do was force the ball their way. The Kangaroo players know the ball's going to be forced their way, and who was there? Lee Harding, 5th goal.
So all they've been able to do is just push that ball forward, the Roos. Much deserved win coming up. They lead by 44. Sinclair, excellent player around the body into half forward. Harley running back towards the Roo goal. Will take it. Confronted by Stevens. Scholl to Harley. Hugging the boundary. Kilpatrick has to be good. Harley ran forward. Clayton over the top. Another goal could come up. Rawlings gave it a Grant. Harding or Marks got it. Watch the ball.
What about the pressure by the Kangaroo players there? Their chase and harassment to cause the turnover has created this opportunity.
Well, he's done it in bursts, Sauce. He kicked 3 early goals in the game. I suppose everyone was looking to take control of it, and this youngster did just that with 3. And again, when the Roos have been threatened, he has an opportunity for his 3rd goal in, about 5 minutes of football. So Lee Harding an unlikely source. I'm sure Dennis Pagan will argue that point. And that is goal number 6. What a fine performance for the youngster. He's done it on the bit. Lee Harding 6, and that's all Geelong have managed in 3 and a bit quarters of football.
We just see there the pressure applied by the Kangaroos has been outstanding all day. And what about the game this young man's played? His 6th goal, and certainly has a bright future with the Kangaroos.
Six goals to Lee Harding. He's kicked the last 3 goals of the game, and the margin now has blown out to 50 points. Porter gets it down. Here they go again. Robbins. Side attacking 50. Spectacular mark. Rawlings. 60 from goal. Waste no time. Kicks towards Rocker. One-handed effort. Couldn't quite juggle it. Lujinski took evasive action. Stevens out wide. Clayton from the boundary line. Kicks to the top of the goal square. In fact, does. He's offline. Would have been better advised to kick to the top of the goal square. Behind only. Margin 51 points.
Just so important. Certainly the message at 3/4 time from Pagan would have been finish the game off, percentage all important. And at the moment they are starting to amass a percentage. Ling and the Cats into attack. Makepeace, excellent player. And that has been certainly a match-winning move, because Troy Makepeace, normally a back pocket, put Shoal out of business, coming off a wing, has kicked 2 goals and has supplied, as he did on that occasion, to Sav Rocker.
Well, Stephen King's had to, he's been seeing it full forward. He's back onto the ball now, and Stephen Johnson has gone to full forward for the Cats.
Sav Rocker with the opportunity. Certainly been in there providing an option up forward, but they've done it without him. He's managed 2 goals, 6 to Lee Harding. Troy Makepeace has 2, and Sav Rocker with a chance for 3, and that is good. No, just over the post, I think. Minor score. It's 14-12, 96 Kangaroos, 6-8-40 for the Cats. 26 scoring shots to 14, so some good signs for the Kangaroos. Great signs, actually, right into the season, as they say.
Riccardi kicks to Scarlett, hands off quickly. Raleigh to the wing. Kingsley, well, got a boot out from Archer. No free kick.
Should have been.
Should have been, you're right. Archer. Sinclair's been outstanding. Pickett, who's been dangerous. Loose player inside attacking 50. There's a couple. Comes to Simpson. He measures the kick from 25 and drills it. So Adam Simpson getting into the action. Margin out to 58 points. And, gee, Mark Thompson will be very disappointed.
Well, there's no doubt the Kangaroos are breaking the back of the Cats. They're doing it with ease at the moment, but it's come with some physical pressure that the Kangaroos have applied throughout this game, and now they are starting to reap the rewards.
Not a bad sign. There was 2 there. Grant and Simpson. Simpson decides to take it on and finish. So absolutely romping it in now, the Kangaroos. And not forgetting Brent Harvey, their little midfield dynamo, back next week. I honestly thought they'd battle without him today. They did last week. Great turnaround again for the Roos. Joel Corey will slap it in forward. Porter, no, Colbert again.
Good protection by Martin, but Colbert's done that all day today.
All day and for most of his career,
yes.
Lee Colbert forever puts himself on the line. David King will take it. Slaps it in to Archer. So Archer, a lot of time and space. Drills, Burns will cut it off. Hands off to Shoal. Shoal at goal. It goes to the left. Archer certainly tried to give nothing away there. Minor score. 6-9-45, and
they've really struggled to kick goals. 6-9, failed to convert once again this week.
Really battled the Cats, and their form starting to slip at the right the wrong time of year.
Jess Sinclair, possession number 22 coming up. Presents himself with a bit of a problem. Has his captain in support, Stevens, back to Archer. Back to the top of the defensive goal square, King. Teague moves for him, and he'll mark it defensive 50. Could have played on, but decided, given the situation of the game, just to go back. David Teague, who's displayed plenty of courage this afternoon, has been a good player for the Kangaroos. Kicks to Archer. Now a couple of loose players on the outer side. One is Sinclair. Thought about giving it to his captain, but he told him just to run. He has one bounce. Sweeping handball to the feet of Pickett. He was good enough to pick it up. Little chip kick, marked by Makepeace.
It was a great kick.
Makepeace has been called to play on. Off one step, thumps it inside, attacking 50. In front, Harley couldn't control it. At the back, Grant and Scarlett. Scarlett did very well. Little give to Kelly, and he relieves the pressure and gets to Kingsley. Although he couldn't hold the mark. Looping handball, Chapman, Kingsley, look out, you're in trouble. Great tackle by Teague, and a bounce. Just the attacking side of the wing for the Kangaroos.
Total disposals, 239 for the Cats, 231 for the Roos, and they lead comfortably by 57 points. And the thing with the Roos is just how conditioned. I mean, they play a smash bang type game. They are just finely conditioned athletes. Fantastic work. Half forward it is Cats. Steve Johnson will run back onto it first. Cochrane does well. Riccardi, quiet afternoon. Mickey Martin will take it onto that right boot and then slams it in. Pickett will contest. Use of the body. Foster did well. One hand to bring it back into front position. Too high in the end, so the Cats come up with it. Short, Corey, hands off Kilpatrick. Through the middle on that left foot, not really directing it. Simpson back there. Porter has Archer, and it's a Geelong free kick. Sure, Cameron Mooney.
Bit of shepherding off the ball. Might have been by Lee Colbert. We just see here on screen Archer running with the flight of the ball.
It's David King just grabbing the hand of Mooney. And
but once
just
again,
a commitment. Three players.
3-on-1.
Yep.
It's been the story of the day.
Just pushing the body in, I suppose. The slippery conditions also supporting the Roos as Mooney finishes with a goal. So late goal for Cameron Mooney. He's second. He joins Steve Johnson as leading scorer for the Cats. And in their total, which is 7, they still trail miserably. It's 7-9-51, 15-12-102 Kangaroos.
Now we just see there Mooney coming out with the free kick, but always difficult. And it's really been the story of the day. They've been outnumbered up in their forward half, the Geelong team. Cameron Mooney kicking his second.
Weren't too many players for the Cats at ground level with that spillage, and you would have backed the Roos to have run that one away as well.
Margin back to 51 points. Very impressive display by the Kangaroos. King hoists and high to half forward. Contest Teague with courage. Oh, this time he's come off the worst for wear. Now there's a high tackle. It'll go his way. He did that earlier in the match, displaying great courage.
But there have been a number of the Kangaroos players that have shown that type of courage today, and that's been their commitment. Have a look at that, 2 of them. 2 of them running with the flight of the ball. We've had Lee Colbert, Glenn Archer, David Teague. We had Adam Simpson there on that occasion, all running with the flight of the ball.
Simpson gets to Pickett. Half back. Anthony Stevens, 24 possessions. Pickett drives it long towards half forward. Contest, King at the fall. He handballs out wide over the head of Rawlings, the intended target. Now a chance for Kelly. A lot of poise for a young player. Kilpatrick sidesteps Harding, then kicks dangerously across the goal face. Colbert a chance, just scrambles it.
Look at this.
It's bouncing, it's bouncing. Scarlett was desperate and touched it right on the line, and a wry smile from Lee Colbert.
Wouldn't he have got back to the supporters? Members side of the ground, the setting was perfect.
Behind only. Margin 52 points. We watch it again. Scarlett just gets a desperate fist or hand on it.
Well, you got a head to it. Head butted that through. It's a free. Simpson will take it. All important front position. Plays in the central part of the ground. Aside from putting their opponents out of business, have knocked up winning the ball. It'll come back over the top. Robbins. One step and then back to the goal square. Ling will jump. Corey's there for the Cats. He goes to the boundary and finds it. So boundary throw in. 25 minutes last quarter. Fabulous victory for the Kangaroos as they maintain their threat on the top 8.
Now have a look at that. Inside 50, Geelong 44, Kangaroos 41. Just goes to show the efficiency of this Kangaroo outfit.
Yeah, the quality's been spot on. So 30% of the time they've been able to score. Riley off half back and just bombing it in long. Mickey Martin hasn't been too bad. Jess Sinclair has been very good. Martin keeps Burns off Sinclair, and then we go back members side. Teague over to top Colbert. Oh, dummies and goes around too easy in the end. Slams it in long. Motlop's got it. Daniel Motlop, the only player that wanted it in the end, can go long to Rocker, unguarded goal square.
But he's been told to go back and have a shot by David Kidd.
And I reckon he'll load up with a torp here. Kid with a promising future. Shannon Motlop was in the earlier game. Another player with fantastic skills.
Just 20 years of age and just his 4th game this year.
Left footer. No, right footer. Bangs it in long, it's good. It's long, it's up, and away for the Roos. (16-13, 109 Kangaroos). A fabulous victory at Skills Stadium. The Cats 7-9-51.
And Sauce, did you see Lee Colbert after that goal? He was standing quite near the members area and held his arms up and then just asked the crowd to be quiet in, well, display of, certainly wasn't humility, that's for sure.
Oh, well, he's worked hard.
He has, and he's copped the wrath of the Geelong fans all afternoon.
Beautiful kick.
Margin now to 58 points. One of the worst defeats of the year for the Cats. Burton takes it down. Kelly has been good since coming on. Harley just chips really to half forward. Martin comfortably over the top of Johnson.
He's played a good game as well.
Yes.
So why, Steve, do they kick short to a target that's manned up 30 metres away? You're better off kicking long to a contest rather than short to a contest.
Well, that's where they've failed, really, haven't they? They haven't had a target up forward, and when they've kicked short, they've been cut off, and when they've kicked long, they haven't had numbers at the fall of the ball.
Cochrane.
Makepeace in the middle.
Made position. He's still calling for a Troy Makepeace. Cochrane still got him in his sights, and then he went to go to him, and Ablett just moved a couple of steps closer, so decides to kick long. King, good mark in front of Simpson. He's battled manfully, Stephen King. Lacks support, now he's in trouble. Got Harley short, instead chips to Chapman dangerously. Mark centre wing. 28.5 minutes in, as you can see. We're inside the final 5 minutes of actual game time. Kicks across to Scarlett, trying to set something up. Burns back to Scarlett. Kick towards half forward. That's better. Mooney's marked 45 from goal.
And they've been pretty predictable. And the thing is with the Cats, huge reliance on Cameron Mooney for a lot of their certainly avenues going forward. And then you consider Lee Harding. He was a surprise packet, I suppose, this afternoon. 6 goals. Troy Makepeace has chipped in for 2. Rocker with 2.
Mooney from 50. Comes in, across the face, contest in the goal square. Martin thumps it towards the boundary line. And geez, dependable. Double fist up.
Discipline. Just had to get the fist on the ball, which he did.
Ball to come in. Late chance in this game. All consolation goals. Just to tidy up the scoreboard, possibly for the Cats. But their skipper has anything to do with it. Dennis Pagan. I'm sure that the Roos will be moving to try and tie all loose ends on Pagan's contract. Ball comes in. Simpson, King. Bandry again, and it's further away from the Geelong goal. Fabulous victory from the Roos.
Seems pretty happy there.
Yeah, he could well smile. Doesn't get any easier. Certainly worked pretty hard, the Roos, finishing the game off too. Big last quarter, won all 4 quarters. Chapman along the boundary. Simpson allows him no space. Again, does enough to see the ball over the line. So, ball to be thrown in once again. Clearly on top in midfield and have won it in the right positions. Burns tries to shrug and gave it a tee. To wing we go. Foster front, over to back, Rocket a long way from home. Well done, Archer. Did beautifully, put the body in, playing as if they looking for that last goal to give them the lead. No one home. Shannon Grant open goal if he gets it. It is see you later. He will waltz in and he will finish off. They have run it out, the Roos. They have done everything right, the Kangaroos, this afternoon. In their forward line, they've created space. In their back line, they've closed down space, and they've won every ball possible.
And set up by Glenn Archer. Just watch his attack on the ball here. Down low at it, got up, got the kick, centre the kick across, which allowed Clayton to spot up Shannon Grant, who kicked this goal. Second goal for the game.
So the Kangaroos just absolutely destroying the Cats in this final term. King and Burton to go at it again. King to Ling. Raleigh tries to break the Clayton tackle. Can't. Riccardi has been quiet. Now a chance for Harley. Kick short again. This time Burns marks. Gets the cheers from the Geelong fans around Sinclair. Then pumps it long towards full forward. Martin again the fist. Colbert providing support. He's played an outstanding game this afternoon, Lee Colbert. Heads to the boundary line. And a boundary throw-in at 45 metres around from the Geelong goal.
It's a fair result now for the competition.
It certainly does. It means both sides will be on 10 wins. And just the logjam in that top 8 continues.
So King into the chest of Burton, then ran away, and then Raleigh was back there. They win it again through Grant. Rawlings, Grant sharing it and then bombing it in long. Half forward Rocker looking. It'll come down. There is no more. Fabulous victory to the Kangaroos. They came in with their form after a slump last week. Sav Rocker 2 goals, Lee Harding 6, Makepeace 6, and in total the Kangaroos 17-13, 115 defeated the Cats 7-9, 51.